you what, there's a short straight boundary as well. I could be in trouble. Shehryar to Yasim Murtaza again. On the pads, straight to mid-wicket. But of course for USRC, there is the small matter of net run rate. So Akbar Khan, the skipper, said, hey, you know what, we don't mind losing the toss. We would have bowled first anyway, we want to chase. And there is a chance that weather could be a factor as well in this game. It's always wiser to chase when DLS could come into the equation. Another wide, second wide of the over. Down the leg side, penalized yet again. And you can see that WASP figure 181. I think that's a very accurate figure given the ground dimensions. Pretty decent batting too. I noticed too many demons in the deck. This of course is the same pitch that was used for the Women's All-Star Series game earlier in the day. And I tell you what, I was out there in the middle. It's a very hard deck. Murtaza looking for his first runs and first boundary. That's a little bit uppish, but there's a lot of work to do. Look at that. Deep mid-wicket, unable to cut that off. He timed that a lot better than I thought. Look at that, as you can see on the replay. Runs in Shehryar. Unfortunately, just a little bit too full. And he timed the pants off that. Yasim Murtaza off the mark in style. It's a bit of a shaky start here for USRC. A couple of extras. And an early boundary. Watchfully played by Yasim. We've got a slip in position as well. A first slip. It looks like Akbar himself. No, in fact, Akbar is down here at mid-on, giving advice to Shehryar. But yes, the changes for USRC. No Sakhawat Ali and no Ghaznfar, both out injured. It's been the story of Sakhawat Ali's career. A lot of troubles with injuries for him. Wide, too wide, and that's slapped away. And there you go, it races down to the boundary. In fact, that's a very good stop. Looks like maybe Aftab was saying down there. I was fooled by that one. The ball just slowing up in that outfield. In fact, it has been signaled for. There you go. Nope, nope. Look at me flip-flopping. It's just 2 runs. In any case, 8 for no loss with 2 balls left in the first over. It's a very handy start here for Pakistan Association. That's the third leg side wide of the over. Tell you what, there's a bit of a breeze blowing across the ground as well. And of course he's got the new ball, Shehryar. Sometimes you tend to drift down the leg side. And certain bowlers, of course, are just not that great at bowling to left-handers. Left-handers with that point of difference. Oh, puts in a desperate dive, but it gets to the boundary. That's 2 fours and 1 maximum in this over so far. We're only 2.5 overs into the innings. And Pakistan Association going at exactly 12 runs per over. Mid-off still up in the circle. Last ball of the over. Down the track. Long off will watch it sail over his head and into the bushes. Second maximum of the over. And a huge over here for Pakistan Association. 22 runs off it. The score 40 for no loss after 3. Take a look at that. Down the track. Nice and early. Decisive movement down the track. And a huge hit from Sunny Singh. Look at that. He suddenly raced on to 23 of 8 deliveries. Yasim Murtaza, the more quiet of the two partners, 14 of 10. It's a lightning quick start, but guess what? USRC, you're not out of this, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's not uncommon to see totals of 180, 190, 200 on this wicket. And you can see Wasp at the start of this innings was at 181. And now that winning and score predictor has increased to 204. And I tell you what, it's been one heck of a day. If you're a fan of boundaries, maximums, it's been a great day for you. Carrie Chan, Hong Kong women's skipper, 122 of 55 deliveries in that first game of the Women's All-Star Series. Huge win, 126 run win for the Bohemia Stars against the Jade Jets. Let's turn our attention back to the Gencor Men's T20 Premier League. Tucked away, and a rare dot ball. Skipper Akbar Khan into the attack. Once again, long on and deep square leg. They're the boundary riders. Ooh, tries to go big. A thickish inside edge. Squeezed into mid-wicket. And that brings the dangerous, aggressive Sunny Singh back on strike. Sunny Singh not wasting any time whatsoever in this power play. He's 23 of 8 deliveries. Tell you what, he peppered that wideish long on region in the last over, but if he wants to do that this time around, he's got a longer boundary to contend with. And I have to say, an interesting move. Hassan Mohammad Khan, the left arm spinner, brought out of the attack, and Akbar bringing himself on, the medium pacer inside the power play. And don't be fooled by the lack of pace on his deliveries. He's a very canny operator, Akbar Khan. Full toss. Ooh, that was uppish. Good over. Just 1 run off it. 2 balls left. Mid-off is up in the circle. There's an option to go straight down the ground if he wants to. Oh, gets a leg stump, full toss, puts it away. Will it race to the boundary? Absolutely. Deep square leg, unable to cut that off. Akbar Khan, that's an absolute lollipop of delivery. Gotta take a look at this replay. USRC skipper coming off a short run. Oof. Leg stump, full toss. You don't want to see that replay if you're a USRC fan. 1 ball left in the over. Goes big, a nice high elbow, clears that mid-off fielder we were just talking about. Back-to-back boundaries for Sunny Singh. The score moves on to 49 for no loss, and we're just 4 overs into this innings.
Ali coming on to board from my end. Ali.
It's Ali Muhammad into the attack. So a lot of thinking here for Akbar Khan. He's been ringing the changes. I have to say I'm very surprised that Hassan Muhammad Khan was brought out of the attack. Conceded just 5 runs in the only overs he's bowled so far. I think for USRC the equation is simple. Try and get out of the power play with as little damage as possible. And of course, with the likes of Aftab Hussain, Hassan Muhammad Khan coming into the attack in the post-power play period, things might change for them. Ali Muhammad coming over the wicket to Yasim Murtaza. Bang! That's slapped away and it beats cover. Absolutely races to the boundary. And there you go, 50 up now for Pakistan Association. 50 coming up in just 4.1 overs. Scintillating start. It happens so often when you have Yasim Murtaza at the crease. You get off to a quick start more often than not. And in fact, Yasim has been outscored by Sunny Singh at the other end. Fantastic partnership. Short down leg side, big appeal. And yes, the umpire raises his finger. Bit of a fortuitous wicket there for Ali Muhammad. And it's the big wicket of Yasim Murtaza walking back to the dugout for a well-made 19 off 14. But I bet he wanted to kick on. Nonetheless, punch of the gloves between the two openers. They've got their team off to a very good start here. But I'm not sure if you picked that up on the mic. Skipper Akbar Khan saying "yeah" at the fall of that wicket. As you can see on your replay, a good catch as well down the leg side. Pakistan Association taking a while to decide on who their number 3 batter is. It looks like Zishan Ali. Absolutely, Zishan Ali, another national team player. Very dangerous player and an important player here for Pakistan Association. Tell you what, an impressive start for Pakistan Association at the start of this tournament, winning their first game against Little Saiwan right here, in fact, 3 weeks ago. It's been a really good season of cricket so far in Hong Kong. So nice to see cricket back in the 852. Well, we've already had the Women's Premier League. Little Saiwan, of course, being champions, being crowned champions at the Women's Premier League. The Men's Premier League got off to a bit of a later start. Nonetheless, we are in the closing stages now of the Men's Premier League. Mid on and mid off, both up in the circle. Zishan Ali on strike. Deep third man and deep square leg. On the boundary, that's pushed straight to Akbar Khan. Look at that, USRC, nice and loud. They sense an opportunity, a real opportunity to pull things back. I just have a feeling that Yasim Murtaza's wicket is going to affect the way that Sunny Singh bats. Maybe he's going to be a little more circumspect. I think he heard me say his name as well, Sunny Singh, looking down at the commentary box. Who is that man talking about me? I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansinghani. If you like what you've heard, you can follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansinghani. Oh, down the track. Ali Muhammad maybe just saw him coming. It's been a great comeback as well from the right arm seamer. Conceded a boundary off his first delivery. Since then, a wicket and 2 dots. Now you can see that wasp figure. It's reduced from 204 down to 194 at the fall of Yasim Murtaza's wicket. Pitches it up. That's pushed straight to mid-on.
Mid wicket is standing outside the ground on the ball is in play.
There you go. Shahryar Khan is actually standing outside the boundary when the ball was delivered. Ali Muhammad just screaming at him, "Mate, what are you doing? You gotta pay attention." 1 ball left in the 5th over. It's been a good one, a successful one. On the leg side, whipped away. Has he found that gap? There's work to do for fine leg. But he gets around and cuts it down to 2. So 6 runs off the over, and the huge wicket of Yasim Murtaza is 55 for 1. We have 1 over left in the power play.
2 minutes behind the which was so.
And after all allowances have been made, USRC are 2 minutes behind where their over rate needs to be. So they're going to have to speed things up here, USRC. But I think they're going to catch up with the likes of Aftab Hussain and Hassan Muhammad Khan with plenty of overs in the bank. And it looks like Hassan Muhammad Khan back into the attack for the final over of the power play. Sunny Singh, you've just lost your opening partner. Are you going to keep going after the bowling? I hope you do. I want some entertainment here at Mission Road. There's already been a lot of entertainment. Here we go, 6 balls left in the power play. Aftab or Hassan? Starts well. Dot ball from Hassan. Ooh, tries to go big. Mishits that. Tension now at Mission Road. He's looking for the big shot, Sunny Singh. Flatter, look at that. Intelligent bowling. I think he knew that Sunny Singh was lining him up. Dragged it back. Flatter. Faster. 3 consecutive dot balls now. Something's got to give. Goes big. It goes high, but how long? Yeah, long enough. He raises those arms. Umpire Tabarak Dar. Fantastic. Using those long levers, Sunny Singh. You know, we have to take another look at that. There we go, coming around the wicket. Hit high on the bat, but it went long enough as well. We're back live, and a good stop from mid-wicket. Tell you what, it's been one heck of a contest in this over. 4 dot balls and a huge hit into the leg side. Sunny Singh, you've got 1 ball left in the power play. Look at that. He's just looking. Surveying that leg side field. 5-4 offside field. Guided away straight to Aftab Hussain. So 5 dot balls and the 6 off an eventful final power play over. It's 61 for 1 now. .37 off 18 for Sunny Singh. It's been one heck of a start from the powerful right-hander. But it's a different kettle of fish now. The field has spread out. Ali Muhammad into his 2nd over. The only USRC bowler to have taken a wicket so far. And that was the big wicket of Yasim Murtaza. Here we go. Long on in position. Tries to go over the top. This should be taken by deep cover. And yes, it is. 2nd wicket for Ali Muhammad. 2nd wicket for USRC. and how quickly this game has changed. Both Zishan Ali and Yasim Murtaza dismissed. You know we have to take a look at a replay. No idea. Yeah, we got confirmation on who took that catch in the deep just now. The important thing is for USRC, they've hit back hard. 53 for no loss after 4.1 overs. But the last 2 overs, they've conceded just 8 runs and picked up 2 wickets. And they're back in the contest, USRC. And look at that. We're getting closer and closer to 100 viewers right now on YouTube. So good to see. In spite of the T20 World Cup being on right now. I believe it's Ireland and Sri Lanka playing. But yes, in spite of that Ireland-Sri Lanka game, people are tuning in and supporting cricket in Hong Kong. A reminder that the entirety of this men's CHK men's T20 Premier League brought to you by Gencor. The entirety of this competition will be streamed on YouTube and Facebook on the official Cricket Hong Kong channels. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Gencor. Without you, it would not have been possible to pull off this tournament. Oh, nice and quick. Ali Muhammad. Right on the money. He's been right on the money so far, Ali Muhammad. Taking the only 2 wickets to fall, and both of those wickets, huge wickets. Zishan Ali and Yasim Murtaza. Doesn't get bigger than that. 2 of the opposition's best players sitting in that dugout. There's still batting to come, of course. Tanveer Afzal on strike. Another key player here for Pakistan Association. He's got the power to clear the boundary, make no mistake about that. Down the ground, doesn't get it off the middle. Look at that, 3 dot balls to follow the huge wicket of Zishan Ali. He's trying to clear the infield there. And I believe he was going or targeting that deep extra cover region, but unable to get it straight enough. Found deep cover. No runs off the over so far. Goes big and goes all the way. Tanveer Afzal gets off the mark with the maximum. He doesn't care if wickets are falling at the other end. He's going to keep playing his natural game. I gotta say, Ali Muhammad, you're going to see this in a while. Coming off that long run. Look at that. Over pitching. That was in the slot. Showing no mercy whatsoever. Tanveer Afzal clearing Aftab Hussain quite comfortably. It remains to be seen when Aftab Hussain will be brought into the attack, the left arm spinner. But for now, here's Ali Muhammad. Watchfully played, straight back to the bowler. And once again, the only scoring shot in the over was a maximum. It's 67 for 2 after 7. But I tell you what, that's been the story of Pakistan Association's innings so far. It's either been dot or boundary. Dealing in boundaries, Pakistan Association. But they've been pegged back in the last 10 or 15 minutes by Ali Muhammad. 2 wickets for the right arm seamer. Should be upper. And the skipper has brought himself back into the attack, Akbar Khan. Ooh, a big grunt there. Back of a length and pushed down to long off for an easy single. I tell you what, I'm very interested to see how does Sunny Singh react. He's out of the power play now. He's not going to get as much value for his shots if he goes aerial. And if he does go aerial, ooh, he's got to clear those fielders. We have a deep mid-wicket and a long on, both in position, as well as a deep square leg. Guided away, work to do. Oh, Ali Muhammad unable to cut that off. That's another boundary here for Tanveer Afzal. Moves on to 10 of 6 deliveries. You're going to see on that replay, it was such a beautiful bit of timing. Just waited on that delivery. Look at that. Played that almost off the hands of the keeper. After that maximum in the last over, he's picked up the boundary now. A near action replay, but this time Ali Muhammad cuts it off. '85 viewers now on YouTube. I'm sure we have a lot more watching on Facebook. So good to see people supporting cricket in Hong Kong. Bang! How far has that gone? Not far enough. Third wicket down. USRC. You are fighting your way back in the contest. And Akbar Khan, a good change of bowling, brings himself back into the attack. And he's absolutely pumped up. Yeah, there you go. Imran Arif with a catch out there in the deep. But I tell you what, the big three have gone. Tanveer Afzal back in the dugout. Zishan Ali out. Yasim Murtaza gone. And Hamid Khan now walks in at number 5. He got a lot of work to do. How quickly this game can change. We were talking about a total somewhere in the region of 190, 200. And you can see that winning and score predictor has come down to 178. At the start of the innings, it was 181. And with all due respect, Wasp, I will respectfully disagree with you. I feel like they do quite well to get 175, 170 from this stage. But you have to say the momentum is definitely with USRC. Ali Muhammad with those first 2 wickets, and now Akbar Khan dismissing an aggressive Tanveer Afzal. We spoke about that earlier. That's the longest part of the boundary. That leg side boundary, not easy. If you're going to go aerial, you have to make a perfect connection. That's a big appeal. Akbar Khan. I love how fired up he is. He's a very confident speaker as well at the toss. He's got a hard handshake. Akbar Khan leading from the front. The USRC skipper. And maybe making a strong case for national selection as well. Pushed into the offside. He finds the gap, but unable to beat that mid-off fielder. A single to round off the 8th over. It's 73 for 3. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors, Gencor, for supporting the Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League. Gencor, of course, have been supporting cricket in Hong Kong for a long time, including women's cricket. And without the help of sponsors such as Gencor, without the help of generous sponsors like Gencor, it would be tough to pull off this CHK production. And a fantastic effort, of course, from CHK and the entire production team. Multiple cameras. We've got microphones as well. We've got a professional commentator in every single game of the men's and women's Premier Leagues. And the All-Stars series are being broadcast online. And guess how much you have to pay if you tune in on YouTube and Facebook? It's 100% free. I don't believe that's the case on fan code, but you get good bang for your buck, especially when someone like Carrie Chan hammers 122 off 55 deliveries in the morning game. Getting a thumbs up from Ali Muhammad. I'm gonna return a thumbs up. Mate, those two big wickets. You gotta say it's USRC's game right now. Muhammad Awais into the attack. Coming off a short run. Well that's a gentle way to start off your spell. Friendly wide delivery, a bonus run. Umpire gets some exercise and PACC get a bonus run. That's a lot better. Straight to Akbar in the cover region. And of course that net run rate, the run rate was in excess of 13 runs and over at one point. They've dragged it back down to 9. Hamid Khan guides that away to deep third man. It's only going to be a single. If you're PACC at this point, the need of the hour is a partnership. Look at those brilliant CHK graphics. We had a graphic at the top right of your screen. Every time the batters are coming through for a sneaky single, we're trying to turn it into 2. We're going to have that graphic at the top of the screen to show you if they're going to make that ground or not. Long on and long off, back on the boundaries. Smack. Very bottom-handed. They're thinking about 2, a bit of a fumble. But they opt against the 2, and wisely so. And the comments are flowing in here on YouTube. Freakle18 says, bowling team win. Mate, I gotta say, at this stage, I kind of agree with you. Oh, that's cut away. Oh, and it beats backward point. Is it running down to the boundary? No, oh, that's a good bit of work. Deep third man. Did a lot of work to run around. And saves 2 runs as well. So important that you back up your bowlers in the field. So you know what, Awais was very, very lucky to get away with that one. That was too short. And you bowl at this speed, Awais. You cannot afford to give the batters that much width. Two balls left in the over. Make that 1 ball left. Another single to long off. We're close to the halfway stage of this innings. I tell you what, after the first 3 overs, USRC would have been eyeing up a score of around 95 or 100 at the 10 over mark. They were 40 for none after 3 overs. It's going just a tad pear-shaped for them. Oh, that's too short. A lot of work to do. And in fact, there is a deep mid-wicket in place. A straightish deep mid-wicket who keeps it down to just a single. It's 80 for 3 after 9. Shiba INU analyst on YouTube says score will be 196 plus. Mark my words. I tell you what, they're gonna have to go some to get there from this stage. Once again, unable to find the middle of the gap, Sunny Singh. He was the main aggressor for PACC in that power play. But it's been all USRC in the last 20 minutes. Make no mistake, there's still a lot of work to do here for the boys in green. And interestingly, we have both fine leg and third man back on the rope. Oh, play and a miss in that corridor of uncertainty. 4 balls left until the halfway mark. I tell you what, close to 4.5 hours of commentary. Solo commentary for me. I could use this drinks break to chew on a strepsils. Here we go, Akbar Khan. He's been guided way down to that deep third man fielder. Ali Muhammad makes no mistake. A nice strong throw as well. Maybe too strong. Over the keeper's head. Muhammad Boni Amin saying 200 plus. I doubt it. Shouts of catch, but long on takes it on the bounce.
That's it. Can I eat? Hold it.
A big run yet again from Akbar. And he's turned into mid-wicket for a single. Just 4 runs off the over so far. And Akbar, he's done well. That big wicket, of course, of Tanveer Afzal. Took some pace off that ball. I believe it was a leg cutter, that delivery. I'm getting tongue-tied. That's what happens sometimes. He smashed that. I don't think he's found the gap. Mid-wicket does well. And at the halfway mark, Pakistan Association going exactly 8.5 runs and over. The problem, though, is they are losing wickets and losing them quickly. 85 for 3 after 10. And we're back from the drinks break. I gotta say, I definitely needed the drink. 4.5 hours of non-stop commentary, going solo here in the comm box. But guess what? I have no complaints whatsoever. Brilliant innings from Carey Chan earlier in the day. Oh, he's gone over the top. Has he found the gap? No, he hasn't. 4th wicket down. And it's the huge wicket of Sunny Singh. Waqas taking the catch in the deep. Things going from bad to worse for Pakistan Association. They've completely run out of momentum. And this run rate now dipping down to that 8 runs per over mark. It's been the story of their campaign. In fact, a very top-heavy batting lineup, as you can see on that replay. And walking in at number 6, as you can see, Ehsan Khan. Let's take a look at this replay though. Up in the air. Pakistan Association, their batters love going for the boundaries. Unfortunately, it's led to their undoing. They're now 87 for 4, and we're just halfway through the 11th over. And Awais with his first wicket. Yeah, that's fine. Tell you what, Ehsan Nawaz has provided the finishing touches in this tournament for PACC so far. But today, a bit of a different requirement. Needs to build an innings. That's pushed down the ground. Aftab Hussain makes no mistake. So there you go. Ehsan Nawaz off the mark. Hamid Khan 8 of 10 at the other end. In fact, he's on strike now. That's a big appeal, but sliding down the leg side. In fact, that was a small appeal. Nothing big about that appeal at all. Very optimistic. But yes, if you're just joining us, the news from the middle is Pakistan Association won the toss and decided to bat first. Guided away into the offside. Deep cover cuts it off. Just 4 runs off the over. And the wicket of Sunny Singh. It's 89 for 4 after 11. And I want to give you a quick update on net run rate. It seems as if the USRC need to chase down whatever Pakistan Association score in around maybe 16 overs. I'll try to confirm the net run rate scenarios in the innings break. I'm a little stretched thin though, commentating solo here in the commentary box. I am your MC and commentator for the day, Jay Dansinghani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansinghani. If my voice sounds familiar, it's because I often commentate at ICC and ACC events. I was recently in Japan at the East Asia Pacific Sub-Regional Qualifier B. And of course, I've also commentated throughout the ACC Women's T20 Championship. I got more gigs coming up. So if you like a little bit of Jay Dansinghani, you can find me on Twitter. Aftab Hussain into the attack. Oh, look at that. Wasn't sure should I play or not. Lets that go and gets a wide delivery. Of course, follow Cricket Hong Kong as well on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What else is there? LinkedIn. Why not? While you're at it. Oh, look at that. That one just going on with the arm. And he dragged it back as well, Aftab Hussain. That's one thing he does really, really well. Very good at changing up his pace. He has a brilliant record for the national team as well. Oh, that's into the leg side. Oh, and he's got the distance on that. Look at that. Deep mid-wicket, watches it sail over his head. And you love to see this. In spite of losing regular wickets, they just keep going for it. These Pakistan Association batters. Yeah, Ahmed Khan or Manjinder? Manjinder is still there, right? Guided away. Manjinder, right? So it was Ahmed Khan that got out, right? And Manjinder. Pushed into the offside, a valuable dot ball. Another dot ball. Well done, Akbar Khan. The skipper's led from the front. Took the huge wicket of Tanveer Afzal. And he's been great in field as well. Sets very high standards for himself. An incredibly confident cricketer. Turned away on the leg side. They're thinking about two. They come across for one. And they're going to settle for one. It was actually Manjinder Singh with that maximum just now. I do apologize for that. Ahmed Khan was the batter dismissed in the previous over.
One. Tanveer by 4. Dot wicket. And then Akbar to Ahmed Khan. And then 7.6.
It's going to be a waste to continue. Dismissed Ahmed Khan in his previous over. Just going to update the score. You can see Akbar Khan just having a conversation with Awais. I have to say I'm a big fan of Akbar Khan's captaincy throughout this tournament. Tries to go big, it's up in the air. This could be the 5th wicket. Oh, it should have been the 5th wicket. At this level, you have to take those catches. And he gets a pat on the back from his skipper nonetheless. Tell you what, that deep cover fielder did a good job. Made a lot of good ground. But you have to hold on to those catches. It looks like it might be Waqas out there. Oh, tucks up the batter. They're thinking about one, and yes, they scamper through quite easily. Oh, he's bowled him. A huge celebration here from Awais. Lets out a big roar, a big grunt. And you can see why they've now lost half their side, Pakistan Association. And this time it is Sunny Singh who's walking back to the dugout. A nice little innings from him. But he's unable to close things out. Sunny Singh, that's all she wrote. Did well in the power play. Got his team off to a fantastic start. The important thing for Pakistan Association is Ehsan Nawaz is still out there in the middle.
हाँ बच्चे खाने अंदर जाओ तो लगे जो या मैकडॉनल्ड्स खाओ
Babar Hayat's old Hassan Mohammed, new batter at the crease, and he gets off the mark. It's a stacked leg side boundary. We have deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and long on. All back on the rope. A quick single sent back, and wisely so. Nervous moments here for Pakistan Association. They're losing a lot of wickets. They're losing them thick and fast. Another over ticks by. Another successful over. That saw the big wicket of Sunny Singh. National skipper Nazakat Khan looking on with a lot of interest. So is Javed Iqbal, part of that coaching staff for the Hong Kong men's team. And no doubt they're trying to scout as many players as possible. Try to see if there's someone who can come into that Hong Kong cricket setup and push the incumbents for a regular spot in the 11. Bang, that's a great sound off the bat and a great result here for Pakistan Association. So the boundaries continue to flow for the men in green. Comfortably lifted over that long on fielder. He concedes another maximum here. The left arm spinner reintroduced into the attack. Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan bowling to Hassan Muhammad. Look at that. That doesn't make things complicated at all. Left arm spinner just got smacked over long on. He wants payback. Oh, look at that. That's a good comeback. Sharp turn, sharp bounce. And we were talking about this as well. A very hard surface when I was out there earlier for the toss. Good bounce on this deck. Pushed straight into the cover region. And another over ticks by. Well done, USRC. It's been all USRC in the last 30 to 40 minutes. And don't get me wrong, Pakistan Association, their batters, definitely capable of finding the boundary or clearing the boundary with some regularity. But the problem is, they've also regularly lost wickets. It's been boundary dot out. That is basically the story of the innings for PACC so far. Smashed into the leg side. Deep square leg does really well. $108 for 5 now after 14.1 overs. That run rate has dipped below 8 runs an over. That's tucked into the leg side. There's an early call for 2. They're going to come back for it. A hesitation. A big appeal. The throw coming in to the wrong end. Fielder in the deep had to throw to the striker's end. That could have been 6 wickets down. But he gets another life here. Hassan Muhammad. Hassan Muhammad Khan chips that. Very, very uppish. 3 balls left in the 15th over. Oh, he tries to go big. Skies that up into the air. Should be taken. Oh, yeah. Akbar under that one makes no mistake. He's been perfection in the field so far today. 6 wickets down, and it looks like Ehsan Nawaz, the big hitting Ehsan Nawaz, walking back to the dugout. Replay. And we have to take a look at that replay, a potentially massive in the context of this game and in the context of this entire tournament. Skied that up in the air. Ehsan Nawaz was looking for the big hit, was looking to clear the boundary yet again. Unfortunately, another PACC fielder skies one up to a USRC fielder. Akbar Khan, he's been brilliant in the field. The skipper, he can do it. He can do it all. Bats in the top order, takes wickets with the ball, and takes very high steeping catches as well. A reminder that whatever total Pakistan Association are able to post today, the USRC have to chase it in around 16 overs. Net run rate likely to play a factor here. The Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League. Ooh, that one just getting big on the new batter at the crease. They scamper through for a single. Mohammad Ehtesham, the new batter at the crease, gets down to that non-striker's end. 31 balls left in this innings, and PACC in serious danger of not batting out their full 20 overs. Oh, look at that. Took some pace off that delivery of ace. The dot ball to close things out. A successful over. Just 5 runs off it, and the huge wicket of the big hitting Ehsan Nawaz. It's 112 for 6. 5 overs left. Gotta say, it's great to be back in Hong Kong. No quarantine for me this time around. But it's day 4, so right after this game, I gotta cap it down to that community testing center, get my day 4 PCR. I'm just glad I got my blue code. Went out for lunch yesterday. Had some cheeky dumplings. Oh yes. Missed the local Hong Kong cuisine. Had some spicy wontons as well. Some Dan Dan noodles. Look at that. Dan Dan noodles. And of course, at the World Cup, it looks like Sri Lanka are going to canter to victory against Ireland. So what better time to tune in to the Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League. We've got wickets and we've got boundaries. That one in front of square on the leg side. Well done, Ehtesham. And I wonder, is that just going to break the shackles here for PACC? But I have to say, one thing that's been missing from their batsmanship today so far has been ticking that scoreboard along. It's been dot ball, wicket, or boundary. Pushed down the ground. That's an easy single for Ehtesham. These PACC batters, they love going leg side. Guided away. That was a good shot. Unfortunately, it's a dot ball. Third man in position. Ali Muhammad. He picked up the first 2 wickets to fall. The wickets of Yasim Murtaza and Zishan Ali. Shorter. And that's smashed. Mid-wicket should run around. Deep mid-wicket. Cuts it off. Just a single. Cut away. Has he found the gap? No. Aftab Hussain. That deep cover cuts it off. There we go. You can find the live score of this game on Crick Info. Look at that. Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League garnering global attention. what better time to tune in to the Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League than right now? It looks like it's a foregone conclusion between Ireland and Sri Lanka at the World Cup. And even the WBBL, it seems like there's a rain delay down in Australia. So there we go. This is some of the best live cricket around right now. If you want to help us grow the word about cricket in Hong Kong and associate cricket, be sure to share the link of this match with your friends and family on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever social media channel you use. And it's so easy. All you have to do is press that share button and you'll get a range of icons. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I've clicked on share and I'm going to click on WhatsApp. I'm going to send that into my family group chat. There you go, mom and dad, if you're not already watching. This one's for you. Ali Muhammad back into the attack. Deep mid wicket is in position and makes no mistake. I had to confirm that he fielded that cleanly. Guided away. Useful dot ball. Just 22 balls left in this innings, of course. We're well into the death phase of the innings. And USRC, they've dragged things back so nicely. 40 for no loss after 3 overs. Pakistan Association were. Just 81 runs coming in the last 80 deliveries, and they've lost 6 wickets. Ooh, charges down the track. Oh, Ali Muhammad is not happy with that call of wide. I tell you what though, I think that was outside those parameters on the offside. You can see that Pakistan Association undefeated so far in the competition. They've won 3 out of 3. And USRC behind Kowloon CC on net run rate. Awais Khan does well. Just a single. Just 3 runs off the over so far. We're halfway through it. And Ali Muhammad, one of the pick of the bowlers for USRC. He's the one who started the fire, getting rid of Yasim Murtaza and Zishan Ali in quick succession. Oh, slow delivery. That's well bowled. The umpire signals just 2 balls left in this over. No boundaries off so far. Hassan Muhammad Khan 13 off 15. Struggling just a little bit. And now he's shadow batting. He knows that maybe I should have been looking to go over extra cover. There's a fielder there, the skipper at extra cover, Akbar Khan. He's been fantastic today. Drag things back so well. Another slower delivery, edged down to third man. And it's just a single. Singles are not going to bot. In fact, they're coming down for overthrows. That's a fantastic bit of running. Hassan Muhammad Khan and Muhammad Ehtisham, give yourselves a pat on the back. They've stolen a run on that occasion. 6 runs off the over so far. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been all USRC in the last 45 minutes or so. But there are 19 balls left in this innings, and anything can happen in those 19 balls. Pakistan Association, can they get up to 160? Slower ball, skied into the air. This should be the 7th wicket, and yes it is. Ali Muhammad maybe even making a case for national selection here. Fantastic spell. Picks up his 3rd wicket, and Waqas Khan taking the catch. Tell you what, majority of the day he's had a smile on his face, and you can understand why. 3 wickets, yet another thumbs up. I love this Ali Muhammad enjoying his cricket. He's a competitor. He's had a smile on his face throughout the day. Like I said, can they get up to 160? Everybody listening on YouTube, that question is for you. Can Pakistan Association get up to 160? If not, what is your predicted score for PACC at the end of this innings? Let me know in that comment section. I gotta say, interesting move. Shahryar Khan back into the attack. It's been very, very expensive so far today, Shahryar Khan. And at the other end at Kowloon Cricket Club, KCC are 87 for 1 in the 10th over. The score over here, 125 for 7. Oh, a run-out chance at the non-striker's end if he can hit. Yes, he can. And yes, it's given. Tabarak Dar. No hesitation from him. We barely had time to introduce the new batter at the crease, and he's already walking back to the dugout. That's 8 wickets down. And I have a feeling that they might not bat out their full 50 overs. Look at that, 100. Close to 100 people watching right now on YouTube. And we have more people watching on Facebook. We have more people watching that KCC game as well. Ooh, I'm experiencing a bit of lag right now on my phone. Yeah, maybe I need to switch to data. 124 people tuned in. Fantastic. I'm going to read out some of these score predictions. The Big Bublo says 140 max. Manav Roy says 150. Muhammad Uzair, well, you agree with Manav. You say 150. Shariful Islam says 147 max. That's a very precise prediction. Mim says 155, please. There you go. Pakistan Association, so much work to do. That's down the leg side. I thought maybe that came off the pad, but Shahryar choosing not to protest that decision. And rightfully so. It's Tabarak Dar, the standing umpire. Tabarak Dar does not get a lot of decisions wrong. And mark my words, Tabarak Dar, top 10 umpires in the world, hands down. Oh, that's uppish! Could have been the 9th wicket. Ali Muhammad's going to chase this down. He prevents the boundary, keeps it down to 2. But I tell you what, nervous moments for that very quiet PACC dugout. Prashant, a name so good you gotta say it twice, predicts a score of 150. That's pulled away by Ehtisham, straight to a vase at deep mid-wicket, just a single. And singles are not going to do it right now for PACC. Time is running out, wickets are running out. And USRC, imagine if they chase this down in around 16 overs. If they do that, they're going to boost their net run rate, and they're going to hurt Pakistan Association's net run rate as well. It's a 3-horse race right now for a spot in the finals. PACC, they've won 3 out of 3. USRC, 2 out of 3. KCC, 2 out of 3. Who's going to make the final? That's short. Oh, missed out on that one. Nasrul Arana can definitely give it a whack, and he's going to have a role to play with the ball as well. In my estimation, PACC have been the best bowling lineup in this tournament so far. And they're going unchanged, keeping the same 11 heading into this game. But are they going to get the same winning result? Ah, there you go, just over the head of the batter, signaled wide by Tabarak Dar. And once again, Shahryar, that's good sportsmanship, choosing not to protest that decision. This is what I'm talking about, Tabarak Dar. Fantastic umpire, said that on at least 6 occasions today. Those marginal calls, he's so good at getting those right. 14 balls left now in this innings. Down the leg side, still 14 balls left. Manav Roy is amending his prediction. He says, sorry, 151. I think that's up from 150. There you go. Changing his prediction. Wasp, on the other hand, disagrees with all of us. Wasp is saying 148. There you go. Finds that Yorker length. And it's only going to be a single. Freakle 18 says, where is Ghazanfar? Unfortunately, Freakle 18, Mohammad Ghazanfar is injured, so he's not playing today. And it's a similar story for Sakhawat Ali as well, the hard-hitting USRC batter. And make things a lot harder for USRC. And you get the feeling Akbar Khan, the captain, has to deliver with a big innings today. Down the track goes at the Sham. Very bottom-handed. And they just jog through for the single. I think he wants to retain strike for the next over, and that's exactly what he's going to do. 2 overs left. 133 for 8. Here we go, Ali Muhammad. Oh, that's a brilliant delivery and a very fortuitous inside edge that runs down to the boundary. Ali Muhammad, hand on his head, you do not deserve that. If anything, he deserved his 4th wicket. Tell you what, it's been a fantastic display from Ali Muhammad today, making an early run for player of the match. Look at this replay. Oh, it was so close to that leg stump. Moves on to 8 of 4 deliveries, Hafiz Khan. Bang into the leg side, but he doesn't get enough of it. Rolls along the carpet to Waqas Khan. Just a single. Ten balls left in this innings. Can PACC push up to 160? Long on and long off, both back on the boundary. Pushed down to Aftab Sain at long on, and it's just a single. There you go, the USRC players. It's been so good to see a smile on their faces throughout the innings. And they have good reason to smile as well. The opposition is 139 for 8. Guided away into the offside. Call of bowler. It doesn't matter which end he threw to. Just a single. Ali Muhammad, a fantastic spell. Can he close things out? Look at that. Taking the pace off the delivery yet again. He's been so good at this. And honestly, Ali Muhammad, he pretty much hasn't put a single foot wrong today. Figures of 3 for 24 in 3.5 overs. He has 1 ball left. Got a long run up here. Ali Muhammad coming from beyond that 30-yard circle. Last ball, digs it in. Oh no, that's the worst delivery of his spell. And that's put away to deep fine leg for a much needed boundary for PACC. It's 144 for 8. 6 balls left. Ali Muhammad looked up in the air, wasn't happy with that last ball. Just didn't come out right. Maybe getting stuck in the hand. But a good spell nonetheless. 3 for 28 in his 4 overs. Mohammad Ehtesham now on strike. Khan or Nasrullah at the other end?
Last ball, did he signal?
This says Nasrullah, this says Hafiz. Oh, both. Okay, never mind. 92 is... कितनी देर तक? 6 balls left. Oh, that's edged down to third man. Maybe another fortuitous boundary here. I'm not sure whether or not that was deliberate. Would be interesting to see a replay on this one. I tell you what, Shehryar, it's exactly what you got to do. Finding that wide Yorker would just squeeze down to that vacant deep third man region. Yeah, in fact, I think that was quite deliberate. Maybe he wasn't trying to get it that fine, but picks up a boundary nonetheless. Ooh, an inside edge. Just a single. But a decent finish here for Pakistan Association. Is it at the shot? It is, right? The important thing for USRC is Ehtesham is off strike. And now it's Nasrullah Rana on strike. Once again, another thickish inside edge, and it's 150 up for PACC. I wonder if the dugout realizes that 150 is up, but perhaps they're not very happy with their position. I'll tell you what though, this is Pakistan Association, and I'm backing them to go 4 in 4 in this game. They've got the best bowling lineup in this tournament, make no mistake about that. The likes of Ehsan Nawaz, Yasim Murtaza. Oh, that's smashed down the ground. Has he found that gap? No, long on does well. That's a great bit of anticipation. The important thing as a boundary rider is getting rid of that ball as quickly as possible. That's exactly what the fielder down there has done. I think it's Waqas Khan. Oh, this is a thickish outside edge and nobody there at deep gully. Another useful boundary here for Pakistan Association. And they're just dragging themselves back into this contest. Like I said, I'm just about favoring Pakistan Association in this game. They're now 155 for 8. A very good 9th wicket partnership between these two. I believe the partnership is actually up to 30 runs. Here we go. Last ball of the first innings. Oh, tries to ramp that away. In fact, he's going to get another shot at this. A wide delivery down the leg side. It's Nasrullah, right? It's Hafiz. It is Hafiz. Hafiz Khan. 11 off 7. Can he make this 17 off 8? Moves across his stumps. Oh, in fact, it's just going to be a single, hitting the practice wicket over there. They're coming back for 2. They're not going to make it. Ah, in fact, was that fumbled by Akbar Khan, the skipper? We're going to get confirmation on exactly what happened there. I thought it was going to be an easy run out, but did he fumble that? Was it fumbled? Yeah. So he made it. Out. Two runs. So there you have it. In fact, he did fumble that ball, Akbar Khan. Bit of a messy end to this innings for USRC. Pakistan Association 158 for 8. An innings highlighted by a power play assault from Sunny Singh. But after that post-power play period in the middle overs, it was USRC that dominated, taking regular wickets. But they struck back nicely with that 9th wicket partnership between Ehtisham and Hafiz Khan. Don't go too far. We're going to be back with you pretty shortly for that second innings, where USRC need 159 to win. And I believe they need to do that in around 16 overs to go above Pakistan Association's net run rate. I'm going to get confirmation on that as soon as possible. But USRC, they need to win, and they need to win big. Welcome back. It's PACC against USRC. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle is USRC won the toss, decided to bowl first. And of course, PACC putting up a total of 158 for 8. And it's the left-hander Umar Muhammad on strike. At the non-strikers end, it's Waqas Khan. Here's Ehsan Nawaz. Short and wide. I gotta say, I think Umar Muhammad missed out on that one. And I like this, a little bit of healthy disagreement between Wasp and I. I was actually backing Pakistan Association to pull this off. They're the best bowling team in the tournament so far. Short and wide. This time, he cuts that straight to backward point. A brilliant start here for Pakistan Association, defending 158. And Ehsan Nawaz, you know what? I think that's a very lucky wicket. Deserved to go for a boundary. Instead, it's Umar Muhammad, the left-handed opener, walking back to the dugout. None for one, in fact, in the very first over. We're trying to get confirmation on exactly who caught that delivery. We were a little bit blinded by the other infielders. But a huge moment in this game. A huge moment in the context of Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League final qualification. New batter at the crease is Awais. Took a wicket with the ball. Had a pretty decent outing, in fact, with the ball. But now walking in at number 3, the medium pacer and right-handed batter. He walks in with both mid-on and mid-off up in the circle. We have a short-ish extra cover fielder in position also. Nice and straight, nice and quick, Ehsan Nawaz. You love to see this from your opening bowler. And of course, Ehsan missed out with a bat today. But he's been an absolute firecracker down the order for PACC. He's had a good tournament so far, Ehsan Nawaz. Part of a very strong bowling attack. That's edged past first slip and past short third man. I don't think he meant to get it that fine, Awais. But first boundary of the innings this for USRC. They're off the mark. 4 for no loss. 4 for 1, in fact, with 2 balls left in the first over. And pretty soon, probably at the conclusion of the power play, we're going to have ex-Hong Kong player Ilyas Gul joining us for a few quick words. That's turned away. Deep mid-wicket, runs around, does a fantastic job. It's just 2 runs, a strong throw to go with that. Just 3 fielders on the leg side. It's an offside dominant field. Ehsan Khan putting the ball in the right areas. Found the edge as well of Awais. Unfortunately, didn't result in a wicket. Pushes at it yet again. A dot ball to close out the first over. Successful over. 6 for 1 after 1. Here we go. That view count on Facebook and on YouTube is picking up yet again. Word is starting to spread that the second innings has started. USRC. A win would be nice, but a big win would be even nicer. I'm actually going to head over to ESPN Cricinfo right now. I want to see what's happening in that KCC game. How good is this? 2 games on at the same time. And the CHK production team, multiple cameras, we've got microphones, we've got professional commentators as well. And we're bringing you 3-4 games every single Sunday. There you go, KCC 133 for 3 against Little Saiwan. Down at KCC. Oh, poking at that one. Well done, Muhammad Waheed. That's a good start from Waheed. That in-between length as well. Batter not sure. Should I go forward? Should I stay back? Waqas Khan. That's a nervous first ball for him. Yasim Murtaza continues to field in that slip cordon. Oh, charges down the track. This should be a leg by. The Barkdar, yes, he agrees with me. You can see Oais just looking at that leg side boundary, surveying that leg side field. It's a 6-3 offside field right now. And if Muhammad Waheed bowls a little bit too straight, he risks being hit away on the leg side. Mid-on and mid-off, up in the circle, deep mid-wicket, back on the boundary. That's a good channel to be bowling in, that fourth stump channel. Muhammad Waheed, of course, has a very high release point and a very high arm action. He loves hitting that hard length as well. It's not easy to slap someone like Muhammad Waheed down the ground. Oh, goes for a wild swing, makes no connection on it. I tell you what, I feel like if he got an outside edge on that one, it would have flown above Yasim Murtaza. A good amount of bounce in this wicket, I have to say. This wicket has played really well throughout the day. Keeping a tad low in that morning game. The Women's All-Star Series. 2 balls left. He's going to have to load up again. But Wasp at the start of this innings was sitting pretty at 77% for USRC. But after losing that early wicket of Umar Muhammad off just the second ball of the innings, it's dipped down to 66%. Another dot ball. Wasp will trend downwards, I get the feeling. The third man on the boundary, Ehsan Nawaz. Fine leg in the circle. And of course Yasim Murtaza still positioned at that first slip region. Hasn't come into play yet, Yasim Murtaza. Lets that go, signalled wide by the umpire. Waheed just running back to his bowling mark. A reminder, of course, that if you are unable to bowl your overs in time, you get penalized in those death overs with one extra fielder coming into the circle. Pakistan Association, without a doubt, mindful of that. Another wild swing, makes no connection on it. The dot ball to close out the second over. It's 8 for 1. Pakistan Association looking pretty good. Tell you who else is looking good. 140 for 3 after 16 overs. KCC going strong at home. And of course, you can always follow the live action on this game on social media, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got live updates from you on the official CHK channels. Pokes at that yet again. Tell you what, I'd love to see Ehsan Nawaz bowling with a red ball in multi-day cricket. Make a fantastic red ball bowler. And maybe it's just the associate cricket aficionado me talking, but I really miss the Intercontinental Cup. Associate nations playing 3-4 day cricket. Love it, love it. That's skied up in the air. That clears mid off. Will it find the boundary? Not quite. And they come through for what looks like 2 runs. Streaky moments there for USRC. And of course, we spoke about this earlier. USRC, of course, they need a win. We all know that. But they also need a big win. If KCC win today and go 3 out of 4, they're probably going to make the finals. PACC have a fantastic net run rate as well. Down the ground. Has he found that gap? No, he hasn't. Tanveer Afzal makes no mistake, cuts it down to just a single. Look, I don't mind this from USRC. They've got to take the aerial route. Fielders are up in the circle. We're in the power play. You have to look to clear the infield. Get those early boundaries. Get off to a quick start. And get ahead of this required rate. Oh, he's bowled him. Top of off. Fantastic from Ehsan Nawaz. Picks up his 2nd wicket. And it's the huge wicket of Waqas Khan. That USRC dugout. They're incredibly quiet right now. They're sitting in the bleachers. They're not looking too pleased either. Huge beginning here for Ehsan Nawaz. I spoke about this at the start of the innings. I predicted that PACC were favourites to win this game. And they further consolidated their position as the pre-match and pre-innings favourites as well. So it's 10 for 2. 2 balls left in the 3rd over. And a less than ideal start here for USRC. 10 for 2. We're into the 3rd over. Ahmad Piyash on YouTube says, side back batting second will win 1000%. Oh, mate. Oof, I'm not sure if I agree with you. And neither does Wasp. 10 for 2 inside the 3rd over. Get confirmation on who that new batter is. Yeah, there you go. It's Captain Fantastic Akbar Khan walking to the crease. Been one of their standout players so far. He's going to have to deliver today. And a quick single. That's a good bit of running. Tanveer Afzal unable to cut off the single. Tell you what, it's getting really tense right now at Mission Road and at the Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League in general. Nervous moments. It's a 3-horse race to decide who gets into that final. 3 wins out of 3 for PACC, 2 wins out of 3 for both KCC and USRC. But KCC, of course, are leading the USRC on net run rate. That's quick down the leg side and well taken. Zishan Ali. Take a bow. That was acrobatic stuff. I genuinely believe that he saved at least 4 runs. Ehsan Nawaz, he's going to have to bowl that again. You can see where he was coming from, Ehsan Nawaz. Digging it in short. Got a deep square leg in position as well. Every chance top edge could have resulted in that 3rd wicket. Cut away. There you go. Convincing shot. Awais finds the boundary. An important boundary for USRC. That's 16 for 2 now after 3. You can see there on that replay, too short from Ehsan Nawaz. And he was put away by Awais. His 2nd boundary of the innings. Moves into double figures now, Awais. And he's going to have to stay there with his skipper. They need a partnership, and they need it right now, USRC. You can see that concerned USRC dugout. Ilyas Gul should be joining us in around 3 minutes from now. 3 overs from now, I beg your pardon. Waheed to continue. And another wide delivery. gone a little bit quiet here at Mission Road. There's a lot of tension in the air right now, especially in that USRC dugout. Straight back to the bowler. Akbar Khan is a very, very busy cricketer. He's fantastic in the field, chips in with the ball as well. He's always looking to score runs, Akbar Khan. Strong Premier League campaign, a strong All-Stars series campaign. And he could be playing for Hong Kong sooner rather than later. Akbar Khan, a player of tremendous potential. Goes down the track, whips it away easily. Behind square on the leg side. First boundary for the USRC skipper. But I get the feeling it's not going to be his last boundary of the day either. He's been in really good form throughout this tournament. And let's take a look at that replay. Absolutely no indications that he was going to charge at the bowler. But he moved decisively and he moved late. Easy pickings, just working his way across the stumps. Picking that ball off his legs. A bumblebee has decided to join me in the commentary box. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit freaked out. That's pushed down to long on. Mid on, I beg your pardon. That's a good quick run from USRC. Good early call. You got to give credit where credit is due. Good stuff from Oasis as well, backing up, responding very quickly. Fuck that. Welcome back. We're into the 6th over. 5 balls left in the power play. Yasim Murtaza into the attack for the first time today. That's guided away. This time they turn down the single. Akbar Khan maybe a little unlucky with that bat just getting stuck in the ground as he tried to make it down to the non-striker's end. A special guest with me. I'm going to let you know in after this delivery. Oh, look at that. Tanveer Afzal in the slip position. In fact, he's been bowled. There you go. Wicket in his first over for Yasim Murtaza. It's 36 for 4 now. USRC in deep trouble. And for the first time in this innings, that WASP equation has dipped below 50%. They have a lot of work to do here, USRC. And I've been joined in the commentary box by USRC head coach Ilyas Gul. Ilyas, mate, I wish there were better circumstances for you. But what do you make so far of this performance by USRC?
Actually, in the beginning of the game, the first power play Pakistan club played, I think they cashed the power play in first, and from over there, USRC came back and the boys bowled very well and back in the game. But again, this is the game of nerves, and they're looking something to get out of this game. And we lost 4 quick wickets because the boys are trying to be chased down 15 and 16 over and qualify for the finals. So that's why they are playing with a different style of game now.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as you say that, we have second slip in position as well. It looks like Hassan Khan Muhammad joining Yasim Murtaza. Apologies, joining Tanveer Afzal in that slip cordon. Yasim Murtaza with the ball. Nudged away. Another dot ball.
No doubt about Murtaza has a lot of experience behind, and recently he came from the ICC ACC tournament and he performed really very well for the Hong Kong. So, and he straight away in his first over he got a wicket. So no doubt about his bowling.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
the key spinner in the whole sides.
The USRC also have quite a few promising players, like Akbar Khan, the skipper. And he contributes in every single department. I think we were just talking about that off mic as well. But Ilyas, you place a lot of emphasis on the fielding. Just tell us more about that.
Like T20 cricket is a different format game now, and you need to be equally very good. Whether you are the batsman or bowler, you need to be equally very good in the fielding as well. And you see the example of quick run out by Akbar Khan. That type of fielding, you need in the field, and that's how we lost that wicket, and we are in USRC is in back foot now. So fielding is very, very key role to play in this game, especially in T20 games.
Mate, I couldn't agree with you more. 20 overs. You can save 15-20 runs in the field. It gives you a big advantage. Looks like this could be a leg bye. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. And yes, umpire Ramasamy Venkatesh signals a leg bye. But Ilyas, tell us a little bit more about yourself, because up until 2014 you were playing for Hong Kong. You played for Hong Kong for more than a decade. What do you make of the scene, the cricketing scene in Hong Kong now compared to when you were a national team player?
As I mentioned to you, in our time there was no T20 format game. In that time we played mostly in the 50 over games, and then we played 3 over 3 day, 1 day cricket. We played a lot for past few years. In our time we had a very, very competitive side in that time with a mixture of the youngster and the senior players. So we always guide our youngsters when we are batting. We give them experience in that time, and in our time, Hong Kong actually did very well. We qualified in that time for the Asian Games. We qualified for the Asia Cup in that time, and we were in the top. Dropped. Like,
there you go.
that time there was a no T10 and there's no T20 game in that time.
Yeah, we're just going to take a replay of this drop catch. Oh, it's a simple chance. Zishan Ali, I complimented him earlier in the innings, but that was too simple. For a national team player, you have to take catches like that.
Exactly, that's a massive opportunity. He missed it. I think he took it very lightly. That's the reason. That's what I mentioned to you before. T20 cricket, you need to focus each and every ball.
Oh, there we go, drifting onto the legs. And he gets away with that because deep mid wicket does really well. Cutting that off, just 2 runs there. Lucky for Nasrullah Rana. I have to say though, Nasrullah Rana and the rest of this PACC lineup has been very impressive. The best bowling side in the tournament so far. That's why they've won 3 out of 3. Ilyas, just give me your thoughts about the Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League so far.
That's a very good initiative took by the Cricket Hong Kong and give opportunity to youngsters to play more competitive cricket. And the mainly in if you look at it now, and the whole world is more focused on the T20, T10 and the shorter version games, and that's how the Hong Kong is also trying his best to give opportunity youngsters to take part on these games and show their class and get selected for the national team.
Yeah, absolutely. You do well in this competition, you can get picked for that All-Star series, and you do well in that, and it makes it easier to push your case for national selection. I like the point you make about T20 cricket and always having to be switched on. And on that topic, Nasrullah Rana has just delivered a no ball. So here we go. Awais, he's got a free hit to deal with, smashes that. Well in front of square on the offside. In fact, it's been cut off on the boundary. So 2 runs to Awais. And USRC, they need a lot more of this. Their run rate just above 6 runs per over. But Ilyas, talk to me about some of the youngsters coming through in that USRC setup.
We have actually a very good coaching setup in USRC. I got a guy working with me, Imran. He's a quite experienced coach in Hong Kong, and he has a vast experience behind. He played county cricket in England, and so we had a lot of effort we put together for the youngsters and give them opportunity to play. And we had a couple of very good youngsters in our team, and hopefully if they continue their cricket, it might be the future of Hong Kong. A guy like Zakir, he's a young, very good young promising cricketers. And we had Akbar Khan, he's a senior pro for the team. And we had a few under 19 kids. They're performing very well in the junior league level, and I hope they will be the next future cricket for Cricket Hong Kong.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious actually about some of the names in that under 19 setup. Like who are the? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but maybe if you could pick 3 or 4 under 19 players for us to watch out for.
In future, we had this Rana, he's playing for Pakistan club. He's a very talented young players. And another guy I mentioned to you is batting, Zakir Hayat. He is a quite young, promising upcoming cricketer for future. And there is another few guys who performing, and hopefully they might be joined to play for Hong Kong.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so important for the domestic scene and for Hong Kong cricket in general. If all of the teams and all of the clubs are strong and the players coming through each of the pathways.
We the club, we giving opportunity to these youngsters to play that type of a format games, and they actually did very well. And according to their levels and the skills, they perform really very well. And hopefully, as I mentioned to you, they are the future of Hong Kong to participate in the international level for Hong Kong.
You said earlier that now the focus, of course, is on T20 and T10 cricket. Do you think there's room for T20 cricket, for players to upskill and learn new skills to T10 cricket, or do you think it's just too short of a format?
The cricket, if you look at it, the T20 cricket or T10 cricket.
Oh, that's high up in the air. Is it long enough? Long on settles under it, and it goes just over his head. So an important boundary, a maximum, in fact, for USRC. That score now moves on to 56 for 4 with 2 balls left in the 8th over. Ilyas, sorry to cut you off, but that was an important hit for USRC.
Yes, this guy, Awais Mohammed, he was in the national squad setup before, and he really did very well. And there was a tournament, Blitz T20. He played a couple of very good innings for Hong Kong, and he was a very promising cricketer for USRC. He can hit the ball.
I believe he was playing for the Galaxy in that tournament, right?
Yes, he played one of the innings. He scored in the Blitz 52 or 53, I reckon, one of the match, and he hit a couple of massive sixes in that game.
There you go, into the leg side. Just a single. He's batting well, 29 not out of 25 deliveries. And of course, I think that was the same team as Harun Arshad and Kumar Sangakkara, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
There you go. I'm very impressed with my own memory.
You are exactly. You are very much touching the cricket, and you are keep an eye on Hong Kong cricket as well. So that's very good things. You got a very good memory. Yes, man.
Mate, thanks a lot. I can guarantee you there isn't a single human being on this planet who watches more associate cricket than me, without a doubt. But if you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at jdansinghani for random insights on associate cricket. But of course, also follow Cricket Hong Kong on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and hey, actually we're also on LinkedIn. So you want to follow us on LinkedIn, you can do that as well.
Sure. Yes.
We have 2 overs left until we reach the halfway point, and the players get a well-deserved drink. First ball of the 9th over. Playing a miss. And there was a bit of a gap there as well between backward point and third man.
It was a little bit short, and he tried to place the ball between point and gully. There was a big gap between point and gully. That's how he tried to place the ball between these two fielders.
What do you make of Oasis' chances and maybe fighting his way back into the national team? Do you think he's close to the national team? Well, there you go. Commentator's curse right there. They've lost half their side now for just 57 on the board. And Wasp is going to take another hit. 57 for 5 after 8.2.
That's a very, very irresponsible shot, I can guess. To play again, that's how you need to go to play your shots. You need to be very selective. Look at the bowlers, line and length, and you need to choose and pick the bowler to hit. You cannot hit every single ball, especially in T20 cricket. You have to be selective to play your shot, and you know about your ability as well, which area you are strong, which area you can play better. So if you try something differently, that's how the result comes.
You actually see that quite often with the batters when they miss one that's short and wide. They feel like the next ball, whatever happens, I have to get it to the boundary. I have to make up for that missed attempt at a boundary off that first ball. But no, I completely agree with you. Just didn't.
You see, the previous wicket, he was completely, frustrated. At the first ball, he tried to play between point and gully. He missed it. Second ball, right? It didn't go through the line. Just tried to play a big shot, and he missed the line and got bowled.
Walking in at number 7 now is Aftab Hussain. Gonna have to do something pretty special That's guided way down to D3rd man. Ooh, does well in fact. Got a very nasty bit of spin on that one. But speaking of Aftab Hussain, who just walked to the crease right now, before the pandemic, he was a regular player for Hong Kong, a regular name on that team sheet for Hong Kong. But since then, he's been replaced by Yasim Murtaza, who's actually fielding right down here at long on. He's within earshot of us. But someone like Aftab Hussain, what does he have to do to, work his way back into the national team?
You see, like during pandemic times, we has a lot of cricket our guys are missed, right? Because 2.5 years, Hong Kong is very strict on rules and regulations of the pandemic. So that's why we have not played cricket for 2.5 years, Hong Kong. And during that time, we don't have any kind of a plan to train these guys or gym and stuff like that. So we were like totally under government control.
Oh, it's a big appeal and it's been given. And you know what? I think that was the right decision as well. I think it hit pad before it hit bat.
Yes, he played across the line, he yoked himself, and he wanted to guide the ball towards square leg, but he completely missed the line.
Yeah, no doubt. I think you hit the nail on the head. He moved across his stumps as well.
Yes.
And usually when you can see both leg stump and middle stump, more often than not, it's a dead giveaway that it's plumb in front. So now 58 for 6. USRC, they needed a big net run rate win.
Yes, now it's quite hard from here because the batting is completely flopped, you can say like this, and the main batters. Let's go to the previous point about Aftab. He's a quite capable guy. He's a very good prospect in Hong Kong cricket, and of course he wanted to come back. He knows he had a big challenge in front of him. Again, I mentioned to you before, if you want to play for Hong Kong, you need to perform in the local league. That's the first thing. Second thing, you have to show your commitments, and third things, fitness. That's the key things. So I think he should take from here as a challenge if he competing if you want to do well to in the competitions, like, so you can learn more if you have competitions. So now on he has Yasim Murtaza, right? He can learn from him. He's a senior pro. He played a lot of first class cricket in Pakistan, and good for him to he was in the competition, so he need to work more hard, give his time, commitment. Why not he can play for Hong Kong? I'm sure one day he will play for Hong Kong. He is in the system, but again I'm saying, if you want to play for Hong Kong, you need to show your commitments.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. He's done it before for Hong Kong, before the pandemic. Formed a very useful spin bowling trio or duo with Ehsan Khan. But of course, the likes of Ghazanfar, who sadly is injured for this game and not in this playing 11, with players like him coming in and giving a lot of competition to Aftab and the other spinners, it's not easy to break into that bowling lineup for Hong Kong. Ilyas, can you actually give us an update on Ghazanfar's injury and the nature of his injury and when we can expect him to come back?
I think it's not that much serious injury. I hope he will recover soon and get back in the cricket soon. But as I heard, he got a minor injury in his feet. So we actually miss him today's game. He is our key bowler for today's game. But I hope he will be fine soon, and 100% he will come back.
Oh, that should have been the 7th wicket down.
Yeah, big miss up.
It's pretty poor cricket all round, actually. Wasn't the best shot, and nobody backing up either for Pakistan Association. I will say though, they've got the opposition 59 for 6, and they've been fantastic with the ball in each one of their 3 games. This is their 4th game, and it looks like they're going to go undefeated, 4-4. Pakistan Association, of course, in the last edition of the T20 Premier League, they lost 4 out of 4. It's a huge turnaround for them. That's a good shot, but he's not going to get the distance.
What a catch.
Yeah, absolutely. Long off.
Beautiful. That's the commitment of T20, right? So
Yeah, we're going to get confirmation on who
yes.
that is down there at long off. That is indeed one of the catches of the day so far. 59 for 7.
it's a brilliant catch. If you're talking about the Pakistan Association, they always have very good competitive sides, and the mixture of the, again I'm saying the mixture of the youngsters and the senior pro, so they held together very nicely, and they are very, very competitive side in Hong Kong cricket, in the local league.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with the bat, I've praised their bowling so much, but with the bat, when you have Yasim and Zishan Ali batting in that top 3, Sunny Singh as well played fantastic innings today. When you have that as your top 3, oh, you're gonna win more games than you lose.
Yes, if you see, if they look at their side, they have a lot of experience. They have an ex-captain for Hong Kong, Tanveer Afzal is playing for them, and recently, you see, qualified by Zishan Ali. He played a lot of first-class cricket in Pakistan. A lot of experience he has, and Yasin Murtaza, as you, I'm sure you watch all this ICC and ACC game. He bowled and bat really very well. And if you go to the youngsters, as I mentioned to you, there is a 2 to 3 guys, young players for their team. They are the future cricketer for Hong Kong, and they are very much balanced, experienced side in these competitions. And you can see result will tell you straight away how competitive team is Pakistan Association.
Mate Ilyas, it's been a pleasure having you in the commentary box. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
And please come down again.
Sure, I will.
Maybe
Yeah.
for the final next week.
Hopefully, yes, yes. If you guys invite, I will come.
Mate, here's the invite. Come on down. Come on down.
Thank you. Thanks, mate.
That's great. Fantastic. So there you go. There was Ilyas Gul, former Hong Kong player, former Hong Kong captain. Played for Hong Kong for more than a decade. Look at that, and he's still involved in the local cricketing scene. That's the thing about cricket Hong Kong. A lot of loyal servants of the game. That's pushed into the offside, straight to cover.
Why are you watching this?
We have 2 balls left in the 10th over, and this game is only going one way. It's nice to see Tanveer Afzal with the ball. I'm not too sure about their last game, but Tanveer Afzal did not bowl in the first 2 games that PACC played. Right on the money. He's so good at this, Tanveer Afzal. Once upon a time, I used to say he's Hong Kong's answer to Glenn McGrath. On the money, Tanveer Afzal, more often than not. And Tanveer, of course, back when he used to play for Hong Kong, so good with that new ball, especially in 50 over cricket, which, as Ilyas said, was the dominant format when he was a Hong Kong player. Turned away on the leg side. It's going to be an easy single, but singles are not going to do it for USRC. They need boundaries. They need a big net run rate boost. I don't think that's going to happen. And at the halfway mark, they're 60 for 7. Struggling. Look at that. This game, the result is only going one way. And you get the strong feeling the result is a foregone conclusion. USRC getting outclassed here by PACC. The overwhelming majority of YouTube commenters, before the start of this inning said that this was USRC's game to lose and they were favorites. I kept telling you that PACC are favorites. What can I say? Hashtag I told you so. Going at under a run a ball right now, USRC. Oh, an inside edge onto his pad. That could have been 8 wickets down. Hassan Khan Muhammad, fantastic. Looks like Hassan Khan Muhammad is in fact wearing Babar Hayat's old PACC jersey. Hassan Khan Muhammad, he's been in and around that national setup. Had a fantastic All-Star series last year. And there's a good chance we see Hassan at the All-Star series yet again. This, of course, is the final day of group games of the Gencor CHK Men's T20 Premier League. Oh, that's high on the bat, high in the air, but it lands in no man's land. And it's a streaky single here for Shahryar Khan. Had a tough day with the ball. He was taken to the cleaners in the power play by none other than Sunny Singh. But of course, if you're just joining us, the news from the middle is Pakistan Association posted 158 in the first innings. That's short. Cut away. Oh, look at that. One bounce to that backward point fielder. Backward point has been really busy today, in fact. The first wicket was a catch to backward point. Umar Muhammad, the left-hander, being dismissed on that occasion. I think the turning point, of course, was Akbar Khan being run out in the power play. The tough pill to swallow. Oh, look at that. That's a tough pill from Hassan Khan Muhammad. Oh, Aftab was saying he's been hit. I think he might be getting some medical attention. That hasn't hit him on the head. More around the shoulder region. And great sportsmanship as well from all these PACC players. Yeah, just walking down to check to see if Aftab Hussain is okay. Nonetheless, it's the end of yet another over. 61 for 7. It's all Pakistan Association. Yasim Murtaza, can he finish things off? That's punched, rather defended into the offside. Now we have Hassan Khan Muhammad in that slip cordon. Tanveer Afzal also in that slip cordon at first slip. The writings on the wall here for USRC. Defended yet again. Shahryar Khan on strike right now. Something special is needed to pull off an outright win. But a win, you get the feeling, may not be enough for USRC. Reverse sweep, catching opportunity and taken. This should be the 8th wicket. And yes, it is. The bat is going to walk off the field. Shahryar Khan not waiting for that decision from Tabarak Dar. 61 for 8 now. This is a very, very tame end to what was up until now a very promising campaign for USRC. But things going pear-shaped for the men in blue. Actually wearing navy blue and light blue are USRC. And guess what? Blue is a very apt way to summarize their mood right now. 6 wickets, rather 8 wickets down for 61. Looks like Ali Muhammad walking to the crease. Took 3 for 28. Three for 28 and 4 overs for Ali Muhammad. Sadly, his batters have been unable to back up his efforts. Down the track. He's got good elevation on it and pretty good distance. Yeah, there you go. Signal 6 from the umpire. Ali Muhammad pushing his case for a promotion, perhaps. Look at that. It takes a lot of guts to do that to Yasir Murtaza. One of Hong Kong's best spinners. Gotta say, Hong Kong's best spinner after Ehsan Khan. A class performer, was so good at those Asia Cup qualifiers and the main tournament. Drags it back. That upper should be taken, and yes, it is. So 6 and out for Ali Muhammad. A brief stay at the crease. And now that score is 67 for 9. We're nearly at the closing stage of this game. Pakistan Association about to go. They're about to go 4 for 4 in this tournament. And this also means that KCC, as long as they don't lose big in that game that they're playing at home, they will go through. KCC, of course, last time I checked, were 133 after 15 overs against Little Saiwan. So if Pakistan Association win, it's essentially confirmed it will be a KCC versus PACC final. Now I'm going to go on to Cricinfo and just confirm if that is indeed the case. Am I counting my chickens a little bit too early? Do Little Saiwan have a chance at qualifying for the final? Here's Yasim, last ball of the 12th, pushed into the offside. Sunny Singh makes no mistake. Oh no, that bumblebee has returned. So there you have it, the end of the game, 67 all out. Huge victory for Pakistan Association, and they're in the final. This has been a CHK production at Mission Road. It's been a pleasure bringing you this game. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansangani. If you like what you've heard, you can always follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansangani. And of course, follow Cricket Hong Kong across Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. been a pleasure bringing you this production. Stick around, and we're going to have a highlights package for you coming up in just a few moments.